Hi everyone, so this is the second video for lesson 5.2 solving polynomial equations algebraically, grade 10, algebra 2, volume 1. In the last video we stopped here, and there is one more method that we need to be familiar with that I've talked about in the video for lesson 5.1, which is the FOIL method. Question number 2 in page 267, which is 64x to the power 4 plus xy cubed. The first step is check for greatest common factor. You should always check if there is a greatest common factor, which there is in this case, which is, let me just factor the terms so you can understand why there is a greatest common factor. So here I'll just write 64. There's no need to factor it completely. I just want to explain to you briefly. So x times x times x times x. And this one is x times y times y times y. What is common between these? 1x, right? So we remove these. So how will we rewrite it? We will write x outside, then 64 x cubed plus y cubed. Now we have something that looks similar to a cubed plus b cubed, right? Now a cubed plus b cubed can be rewritten as a plus b times a squared minus, remember, minus ab plus b squared. Okay, now we will have to, in this case, find the cubic root of these two terms. So we know that the cubic root of 64 is 4, and the cubic root of y cubed is just y. Now that we know that, we will rewrite this as x times 4x to the power of 3 plus y to the power of 3. So x times 4x plus y. Then what is 4x squared? 4x squared. Not only, sometimes I also do that mistake. I just write 4x squared. No, that's wrong, because we are squaring the full term, not only x, which will be 16x squared. Okay, so make sure you don't do that mistake. 16x squared minus 4xy plus y squared. So after we found this, we have to make sure that we cannot factor it even further. So we have to make sure that this is not a perfect square. What do we mean by perfect square? I mean by we cannot write it as a plus b squared or a minus b squared. Okay, we have to make sure that we can't write it in that way, because if we can, we should, but in this case we can't. Okay, let's do question number 6, which is y cubed minus 2y cubed. Now, do you think that this could be factored? The answer is no. Why so? Because we remember that we always have to find the cubic root of the term. The cubic root of the terms, right? In this case, we find out that we cannot find the cubic root of the question. That means that it is not factorable. It is not factorable. And we call these expressions or polynomials prime. Question number 10. 8x to the power 5 minus 25y cubed plus 80 x to the power 4 minus x squared y cubed plus 200 x cubed minus 10 xy cubed. So how do we solve this? Again, you have to always think about grouping. So let us see which ones can we put together in one group. So here we have 8x to the power 5, 80x to the power 4, and 200x to the power 3 that have common factors, as well as negative 25y cubed, negative x squared y cubed, and negative 10xy cubed. So let's write 200x cubed plus 80x to the power 4 plus 8x to the power 5. Then for the second group, again, it is negative 25y cubed minus 10 xy cubed minus x squared y cubed. Now, let us find the greatest common factor. Here, in this case, the greatest common factor is 8 as well as x cubed. Let me explain why. So, whenever you have anything that has large numbers or something, always divide the large number by the lowest number that you have available to see if it's divisible by 8. So 200 divided by 8 is 25. So yes, it is divisible by 8. So 25 times 8 times x times x times x. This one, it's, again, you divide by 8, so 10 times 8, 10 times 8 times x times x times x times x. And this one is 8 times x times x times x times x times x. So what are the common factors here? 8 is common in all of them. And 3 x's, 1, 2, 3 is common in all of them. Okay, so what we will do, we will write 8x cubed outside, then 25 plus 10x plus x squared inside. How did I figure out what to write inside here? I just look at what factors do I have left. So here we have only 25, which is why I wrote 25. Here I have 10 and x, so 10x. Here I only have x. Actually, I have 2 x's, which is why I wrote x squared. Okay? Now for the second group, we will do the exact same thing. Again, focus on the signs. Here, they're all negative. So take the negative outside to make the signs similar to what we have here. So negative, in this case, we don't have any whole numbers that are as a greatest common factor. We only have y cubed as the greatest common factor. Then we have 25 minus 10x, plus 10x plus x squared. See here, they are the exact same. Now we do like we did before. We cancel out one of these and we group these two variables. Not two variables, two terms. So we will write it as 8x cubed minus y cubed times 25 plus 10x plus x squared. Now, do you think that's fully factored? No, because we have what looks similar to a cubed minus b cubed. So 8x cubed minus y cubed can be is simplified into a minus b times a squared plus ab plus b squared. It can be factored, it could be expanded into this. But as we said before, we have to first find the cubic root, which is 2x to the power of 3 minus y to the power of 3. Okay, let's write this in standard form. Okay. Now we can rewrite it into this expanded way. So it will be 2x minus y times 2x squared is 4x squared plus 2xy plus y squared times x squared plus 10x plus 25. Now again, check, are there any perfect square trinomials or anything like that? Yes, we do have a perfect square trinomial. So how do you simplify this into a plus b squared? We know that a plus b squared is a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So do you think that anything here can be rewritten in a plus b squared to equal to x squared plus 10x plus 25? Yes. So you look at the fact of at the square root of 25, which is 5. This is 2ab, right? So 2, this, remember that this is b squared, so that means that b was 5. So 2ab, and we know that this is a squared, so we know that a is x, right? So 2ab, so 2 times x times 5, which is 10x. So that means that we can rewrite this into 2x minus y times 4x squared plus 2xy plus y squared. And what does a represent in this? X. What does b represent in this? 5. And why is it plus? Because here the sign is positive. Thank you everyone for watching this video. I hope you understood something about this lesson, and I'm going to be making another video about this lesson because this video was going to be too long. So if you have any questions, either you can email me at educology.help at gmail.com, or just comment your question down below. And I hope you have a good day. Thank you.